hear us on. Okay, we got some sound. You hear that?
What?
Yeah, everything's good. How do we sound?
You gotta click Marlon on.
Okay.
Can you do that?
I think so.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, he's in now. He clicked him in. Marlon, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Kevin? I don't think he can hear us either.
I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
There's a lot of humming.
There's a lot of humming.
Right now.
There's still a lot of humming.
Hello. You on, Marlon?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, I don't hear me. Hello, 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 hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you guys.
Marlon, you saying anything?
Yes.
Marlon.
Yes.
Oh no.
I can hear.
All right.
Oh, great.
Get some feedback in there. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, yeah, I got audio.
Hello.
All right.
Hello. Hello.
Fantastic. Let's get this junk out the
He's
way.
back in. Get him in.
I'm trying. Where am I?
Can you guys hear me?
Right on time.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Welcome, 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 welcome. It's Amazing Grace Sports Network.
We are here.
We are here. I am Eric James.
Can you?
This is Mr.
Oh, who am I today? I forget who I am sometimes, but I believe we have Magic on the line here.
Can you?
Mr. Magic, can you hear you?
Can you guys hear?
He's frozen.
Oh no.
It's just like on the frozen tundra. We can't hear you.
Back in.
No habla inglés.
Out. Back in.
I'll tell you, listen, we're going to get this started. Anyway, we're here. We're going to give you the phone number, 844-249-5247, 844-249-5247. And I'm going to get it started out with a prayer because I got something on my mind.
All right.
You think I can handle this? Let's go for it. Jesus Christ, our Lord, our Savior, thank you Thank you, thank you. We know all we have to do is call on your name, and you will get us here on time. You will get us out of situation. You will get us where we need to be, and you will put us into position to succeed in all areas. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we say today, we are here and on this radio show, thanks to the goodness of Jesus Christ, and we ask for Him to bless us and to bless you in all ways. Use His name when things get tough. Amen.
Amen. Amen. We're going to get started. I think we're going to start with if anyone has anything to add to the dynasty that we talked about
Oh,
the
yeah.
last couple of weeks. The number again is 844-249-5247. That's 844-249-5247. What you talking about?
What am I talking about? You don't want me to talk. I don't want to say anything else about the dynasty because I'm just going to get nailed. So many people nailed me because I was a Tom Brady guy, and there's so many Belichick guys. I'm sure Belichick guys are getting nailed by Tom Brady guys, and it's a good story. It was a fantastic documentary. I like to say, for the most part, they kept it. They didn't keep it on the players as much as they should have.
Yeah, the players should have had a whole lot more to say. It didn't have to be just about Belichick and Brady.
No, it didn't. And they could have stayed away from. They could have cut the Anderson down to 10 to 15 minutes and used the rest of the time to talk more about the players that went through: Corey Dillon, Roman Pfeiffer. Geez, there were so many of them. So many good players that came through and showed out while they were there.
Yeah.
So
again, if anybody have anything you want to talk about on that, we'll give you a couple of minutes. 844-249-5247 as we work on getting Magic locked in. I know you can see that he's frozen.
He's frozen in time. Maybe he can go back in time and be claimed about 10 to 15 years. I'd go for 20. If I could go back in time, I'd go for 20 years. Leave it at that.
Nah, I'm going to just stay right where I am.
Well, I would look at the young you when I went back there, and I'd have some things to say to him. Maybe I can help him out.
Well, I thank God for the roads that He took me through, the hills and the valleys that I went over and under. Many times I thought I was done, and He brought me back. So,
Yeah, well,
good.
If you could go back in time now, you'd avoid all those things, so you wouldn't have to think about being done.
Well, let me tell you about avoid. When you avoid things that they teach you, you won't learn nothing.
I don't want to learn anything.
You ain't never been through nothing. You can't know nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll go with I don't need to know all that I've learned. I will go with the fact that I could have left a lot of that way back, somewhere in the past. Now let's get on the sports here. We were talking about free agency, and what have the Patriots done? What has anybody done? Who's made out very well in free agency? I think and this wasn't something that we talked about. We talked about it on our podcast on Wednesday. Magic thinks that the Steelers made out the best. He thinks the Steelers made out the best. And that could be very well true, but what are they going to do with it? Because what they ended up with was two, grade A quarterbacks.
Can you hear me?
Wilson, grade A to B plus quarterbacks. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, but you can only play one. Now, you just can't hold on to them like they're a basket of eggs. You're going to have to do something. And I think that they should trade Russell Wilson, dangle him right now because it's all for $1 million. That's the only thing that we have is $1 million. And I'm waving at Marlon there, trying to see if he can speak.
I can hear you.
He says he can hear us. He can hear us. We can't hear. Well, let me just get back to my train of thought. Makes it look like I'm unfocused. Let me try this again. Yeah, I think they should dangle Russell Wilson because he's only under contract for $1 million. Now they can trade him and that $1 million contract to somebody else and have Justin Fields be the starter. Russell Wilson is going to want to be a starter. He's played for a contract. I think he would hold Justin Fields back. I don't think we can have the two of them on the same team and get the best results. So use Russell Wilson to get a first round, second round, third round draft pick out of somebody. Maybe you get 2 second rounders or something. I mean, but having him on the team and Justin Fields to me is just over.
I think they're waiting. I think that's probably just what they'll do because they got to the 20th or the 25th when the draft actually happens.
I know.
So they got time.
Can you guys hear me today?
Teams are scrambling to figure out how they can make their team better. So
Can you guys hear me now?
all the free agencies that they can, and when the
Still
draft
can't hear me, huh?
some moves.
They better work on it now. Don't do like the Chicago Bears. Wait till the last minute and you start what happened to them.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, okay. They waited till the last minute and all they got was a 6th round draft pick.
6 can always be good sometimes.
No. The 6th round. No. I want to get the first, second. Give me a second and a third. I'll forego 2 seconds for that.
Okay.
So they got nothing out of that with Fields for the 6th round draft pick. I think he was drafted number 10 or 11 that year. It was 2021, 3 years ago. So we're trying to find the date. When is the date? April 25th. So they got a month. They got a month to go.
Yeah, they got time.
They got time.
So we'll see what they're gearing up to do. Again, the number is 844-249-5247.
Where's mine? Let me try to get it in on this one.
Okay.
Okay,
How
Mark,
about this?
can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear us?
Oh, gee, I can hear you. Yes,
Wait a second.
I
I
can
just
hear
heard his
you.
voice.
I can hear you. We can hear you.
I can hear you guys.
Hello.
All right, now
I can hear you guys.
Now we got some feedback.
good echo.
Let's work.
Oh yeah, we hear you, man. Yeah, we got it. Finally, we got a producer back there, Kevin, working hard. Still an echo in here. Do we have a microphone somewhere?
Yeah, we
Let's
hear
go. Eric, can you?
you. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes. I don't know how to put it, but I still hear some feedback in this. No, what is that? It's an echo.
But we're talking about the Steelers and holding on to Wilson, and will they get rid of him before the draft? What are your thoughts, Mom?
That's I was big on it.
Yeah,
Okay. Can you hear me now?
we can hear you. We're just trying to diagnose this echo and get it out of here.
Well, you guys keep going until you get me in.
You're in. You're in.
Okay.
He was in.
Devil is a liar. The devil is a liar.
Well, let me tell you guys, I made it here by the Jesus Christ got me here because I was running terribly late, and I was in Brookline, like 30 minutes away. All the lights went green after a prayer before I sat behind the wheel there, and I made it home in like 15 minutes, at least a 20-minute ride. Made it in 15 minutes, and I was able to. So it's actually my fault that things aren't going quite as well as they should. Maybe the feedback and the echo, because guys, it was me who was running late. Everybody else was on time, and the guy who's always telling everybody to get here on time or else.
No more echo. Molly, you good now? I don't know. Anyway.
Okay. What do we got? We got the free agency, the draft. Nobody knows who's drafting who. Patriots still want to get the third pick. They haven't traded it away. Now that I think they can wait on. That I think they can wait till the last week and see what's up, see what the best. But you know what? Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long, because if you feel an offer that's pretty good and you don't take it, you're going to end up with like the Bears did, traded around for a 6th-round draft pick.
Can you guys hear me?
That's enough. You get
Can
enough
you-
for that. You should get fired.
Well, I mean, what do they need? What do you think the Patriots need to get better?
Okay, well, they need a front line, definitely. I think the guys they had were just makeshift guys who Belichick threw in and tried to motivate by treating them badly, and that didn't work too well. So they didn't. Mac Jones was running for his life half the season. Let's face it, guys, it's true. Mac Jones was running for his life. It was tough on him. So they need a front line, and then they already got a defense. So they don't need any more people on defense.
Can you guys hear me?
A front line and then anybody for a quarterback?
Well, they got Jacoby Brissett. So he's going to be their bridge, and then they're going to draft a quarterback.
Is Zappy still there?
Yeah, Zappy's still. Should we even care? I mean,
Good morning, guys. Can you
he's
hear
the
me?
guy that they cut. Nobody
brought
wanted
him back,
Zappy. Nobody wanted. They cut Zappy. Nobody wanted him, so then they brought him back. So his value is pretty low on the totem pole there.
Well, he can make a name for himself now. So we get a line, we got a defense.
Yeah, they got it.
So we're gonna just work on. Well, we did get a great coach to coach the quarterback.
They help.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out if he's a great coach or not.
We'll see if he can connect with the player. He'll be great because he was a quarterback. So
He was a
that's
quarterback.
always a plus.
He wasn't a very good one.
Don't matter. Don't matter. He sees all his mistakes.
I know.
He'll tell you what not to do.
If he could go back in time, if he could go back in time, he like me, he changed a lot of things. He changed his throwing motion or where he delivered the ball, released the ball, things of that sort. So maybe just because he has the experience as a quarterback, it would make a big difference. It definitely, it can't hurt. It's got to be a good thing. I wish him well, and we'll see what happens with whatever quarterback. I'm sure he's not going to coach Jacoby Brissett up any more than where he is, but the next new starting quarterback.
Yeah, well, we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on. So, I mean, you know what? I think a team with a great defense, great offense, and a decent quarterback and good coaches can go a long way. That's my thought.
Yeah,
Can you
go a long
guys
way.
hear me now? Can you guys
For some
hear me
reason, we
now?
don't have a time to know how much time we have.
Can you guys hear
Well,
me now?
I hear Marlon speaking. I mean, I can see, hello, Marlon.
Echo. 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 Echo.
Echo, echo. Who's
Okay, we
echoing?
sound good now. We sound
We hear you,
okay, but can the radio hear me?
but I think there's an echo with him. Might have
No.
something to do with. Well, I'll call him and discuss that with him. But we're talking about. You think that a good front line and a good coach, and what else? A good quarterback's coach.
Yeah, quarterback, coach, offensive line, defense, give you a decent team. How about that? This is the throwaway year, right? Is that what they said?
That's the reason why they went out and got Jacoby Brissett. I'm sure they didn't get him because they thought they were like, competing or contending. They're surely competing, but I doubt they're contending.
Test 1, 2.
Time will tell.
Okay. Looking at it that way, let's just take it to the next level. They're not going anywhere this year. So what team should we look at as far as going places?
Kansas City still there.
Still there. They're the champions.
Yeah. So they're the team to beat. We got to see what the Steelers are going to do.
Nothing.
They act like they want to make some moves.
They're going to blow it. They're going to blow it. They're going to mess around and blow it. Find a way to screw it up. I have no faith in the Steelers to manage this situation. This situation is so right there to be taken advantage of, and it's been dropped right into their hands.
Got Josh Allen in Buffalo.
Oh God, I got no faith in Josh Allen in Buffalo.
Josh Allen in Buffalo. Texans.
I like the Texans.
They were strong last year.
They have a young coach. They have a young team.
Yep.
They have a pretty good quarterback. The next, supposedly, he's the next Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if that actually works.
Well, we don't know about that. You know, he's got Cleveland.
With Deshaun Watson,
They sparked a little bit even though.
I don't. Listen, Deshaun Watson has not been healthy the last 2 or 3 years since he's come back. Is it going on 3 years? It's going on 3 years now.
Yeah.
It's going on 3 years, so he hasn't been healthy in 3 years. I don't suspect he's going to be healthy. He'll last this year. And there goes the Browns. They always make a bad decision. Sort of like the Steelers. We'll see what happens. Going forward from that, give me Kansas City. Give me Kansas City and give me San Francisco again.
No, well, we got Detroit now. Don't forget about Detroit.
Yeah, we can forget about Detroit.
Detroit's problem was play call because they went for it all the time. Like, dude, if you can kick a field goal and get 3 points, kick a field goal and get 3 points. But they went for it all the time. And they pushed their luck too many times. But they got a lot further than they've been in years.
Well, Detroit got a lot further because nobody expected anything.
Okay.
Now, if you're looking out for Detroit this year, it might not go as well. And maybe because they also will know all the tendencies of going for it when they shouldn't. You know, they'll just load up and make sure it doesn't happen. So I don't think Detroit's going to go as far as they did last year.
Well, you got the Eagles. Their wings got cut last year as well.
Yeah, but I think Jalen Hurts was hurt. And that did that. So I'm looking at the 49ers again. They're going to reload. They're still going to have Brock Purdy. They're going to hope that Brock Purdy can take them to the promised land.
Well, my pick is going to be Miami. I like old man to it.
Now, Tua's really not an old man. You know that, right? He's actually a young guy. He's like only 26 or 27.
Yeah, I call him old man because you said he can't throw.
He can't throw.
You don't have to.
Everybody knows.
You don't have to.
This guy cannot throw further than 30 yards. This is an NFL quarterback who can't throw further than 30 yards on a line.
Do it. You hear him talking about you?
Tua, you know you can't throw. And I ain't the only person saying this. I mean, you got the weakest arm in the NFL. And if you had a strong arm, Miami probably could have won some games. They would have won more games and avoided having to go to Kansas City and play in the wild card.
Good morning, guys.
Well, Detroit, Miami, I think they're gonna have a good year this year.
I don't think Detroit's have a good year. You know what? As a matter of fact, now that I think Miami might progress.
Really?
Good morning.
Well, they got as much as they could out of what they could do.
Do we have an echo?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they got what they got, but they had time to recoup and come on back for another year. I don't think they got rid of anybody, did they?
I can hear you.
Well, he says he can hear us again. We're still working with Magic, trying to get him online, and he says he can hear us, but we still can't hear him.
I've been told that someone can actually hear me on the radio.
Oh
no, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Turn the radio off.
My radio's not on.
Your radio's not on?
No, but I sound like we're pretty good now because I can communicate with you guys.
Yeah, but I get an echo on mine.
But you have to fight through that because our listening audience needs me.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything. You and Eric, and I'm going to try to figure this out. We're going to mute me.
I sat here ready to bust at the seams listening to all of this because I had so much to feed in, but I couldn't be heard. Technology was a little beyond our comprehension for a few minutes, but I think we might have it. Clay, say something.
Hello.
You sound good. You're not echoing on this end, so it sounds.
You don't hear the echo?
Nope. Sure. Eric, can you hear it?
I hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys got to tough it out because we got to push on. We
got to push on.
We had so much information. You guys were talking about the Steelers, and I was telling you all about how they had a great offseason, and they got two stud quarterbacks that they can get a lot for if they don't play. And then I had to listen to you guys talk about the Patriots draft, and I said, "Oh man, these guys are they're picking with me because they know I can't be heard." Oh goodness, I just had so much, but now we're on the tour, and we talked about Tua last year, and all he did was ball out. So I don't know what's going on with Clay's assessment. I don't know.
Just
They
because the
picked
guy
up,
balled out
they
one
picked up
season
some.
doesn't mean
I
it's
think they
going to happen.
picked up a lineman from the 49ers. Is it the guy Sweat? I think he went there to the Dolphins.
Okay.
Okay, so they're trying to shore up their defense. They have a lot of offense. They still have Mostert. They still have Hill. You so the basics are still there.
Yeah, but Tua can't throw further than 30 yards.
You know how?
I don't think Tyreek Hill agrees.
I don't think Tyreek
But yeah.
agree either. You said
So-
Tyreek tired of running? And the ball never
Well, you
get to
know,
him?
that's thrown more than 10, 15, 20 yards. He's going to run for the next 40. Bless you, brother.
Yeah.
We got the top 10 minutes. There's probably some callers in there that wanted to really talk and chime in. So now that we got all three of us on here,
844-249-5247.
okay. So if we got some call-ins, maybe they won't echo like you guys. Clay,
I'm still fighting this.
I'm going to
echo.
talk. I'm going to talk. Yeah. And the Patriots have the number 3, if I'm not mistaken. That's from what I heard. Number 4 has pretty much know who's. I think Chicago's going to pick Caleb Williams. And what's going to end up happening is a committee is probably going to pick a quarterback as well. Which the Patriots opportunity to either side to trade live during the because their guy is gone back, or they'll just make it still pinning out the big doing, but they could possibly still trade back. So I think they'll actually trade for the actual draft start in April, if I'm not mistaken.
April 25th.
So I think they're in a good spot. 3 and 4 is a really good spot because they'll give you an idea as to what the rest of the team. I don't think Marvin Harris is going to be the top 3 because the top 3 team need quarterbacks. So he's actually a really good possibly move back. So there's a lot to be to the draft. There's still a lot of pieces. Williams went to the Jets, trying to give Aaron the tools that he needs. He's going to do off that. But right, the best team in the East right. I know Miami. I think the Jets are going to really do what they think. You know, they're fair, but they're not the best team. They're not.
Who's that, Miami?
Still, I think Miami 2. The Jets are 3, and I think I don't think we'll be 4, but we might be 5. Right.
That's the best case scenario.
And the low, but I think we'll move on from that. I think Jacoby. I mean, gonna have some growing pains blending back. People think just because he wore the uniform, it's a totally different system. So it's almost like he's going to a different team.
Yeah.
So
Right.
and of course we got coaches Mark already did down there in Houston. Nucleus, I think they're probably the front runners in that AFC South. So, people are going to be looking for the match. I think that's a pretty high bar to set.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of mending to do on the Patriots side, trying to figure out how everybody's going to work together.
Yeah. And we were talking about the receiving core. There's a lot of free agent receivers out there that didn't bite on. I think should a little bit. And I think Ridley has been a little high.
Yeah.
A little high. We said he signed. James is already gone. Eye on him. Still haven't figured the brother's name that came. He's still on the other side. You still have Hunter Henry. So there's some things. I think that he's available. They made a little less than what they would pay for some of those other guys. Small slot receiver guy.
Who was that guy? Mike Renfro?
Yeah. So there's some opportunities out there. They can move around. The Patriots a lot of work to do, but they can make some great moves.
Marlon. Okay, say they have some work, but they're not planning to do anything this year. They signed Jacoby Brissett. He's got to be a bridge guy. So are they really? They're not serious. They're not serious about going through any being competitive this year.
Well, I think it's strange because I think all of these teams, they just don't have, the recipe right now that it takes to surpass some of these more dominant teams. Kansas City is a strong team. Houston's a strong team. Buffalo is strong teams. Baltimore is a strong team. But then, so I think those teams. A strong word to say they're not trying, but you do have to implement a whole new system, a whole new culture, and the talent. I do believe that the season is going to be a learning curve for all the entire organization.
Well, for one thing, we're still thinking like Patriots 20 years. There's no 20-year go. So it's like these teams right now, just Kansas City has been consistently winning for the last 4 years, maybe.
Yeah.
So any other team are just still trying to figure it out.
Right.
We popped up with Miami doing decent, Detroit doing decent, and even Cleveland doing decent. But to have a consistent year to year to year without a lot of trades or a lot of movement, we don't have those consistent teams right now.
Yeah.
What teams are we talking about? The most consistent teams that we've had, not the Washington, San Francisco 49ers, Patriots Kansas City, Tampa Bay when they had Tom Brady. To an extent, you knew what they were going to do. But Philadelphia kind of rose from the ashes and became somebody and something, and then looked good for a year. But then again, I think they won first 9 of the first 10 games last year, and then just fell off the cliff. So, I don't think any team's totally.
I'm just saying we don't have that kind of team.
Are
you still there?
I'm here.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm controversial and tell you they can't have a 10-year dominance. They don't have 20. I don't think they're going to get that.
I think that's just haterade.
Nah, he's correct.
No, it's haterade.
They was a little faulty last year. Although they won some of those games, they could have lost. They could have very well lost. I ain't a Kansas City hater or like
I want to be able to.
You guys are just
I'm not-
hating. Kansas City's going to be. They might not win next year, but they might win next year. They found a formula, and they're going to be around. I think this is the fifth or sixth year that they've been at the top.
I think 6 years.
They're coming down to the end.
Yeah, but
No, I don't see that happening. Not with Mahomes and not with Andy Reid. That's not going to happen. Kansas City fans, if there's any Kansas City fans out there, call in. Let these guys know that they're biased because of the Patriots and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft and Willie McGinnis, Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, Deion Branson, Babel, because those are all their favorite guys. But Kansas City is going to be around for a while. They won the championship. They're not going anywhere. I don't think anytime soon. And they might actually repeat, which no one else has done.
That'll be
not going to happen.
What?
It's not going to happen. You don't have to. You can be. Please call in. I just think it's very hard to do it. The Patriots caught lightning in a bottle. No one's going to dominate for 20 years again. But I think it's hard.
No.
I think they're on this, getting to this point, 6, maybe 7 years. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 7 years.
Well, we saw teams creeping. Like I said, Detroit, you can't put none of the guys out faster.
Yeah, put them out faster.
A few tweaks to get their act together.
Jeff Goff.
We're talking
about Jeff Goff. We're talking about Jeff Goff.
Come on.
I mean, we are. We're talking about Jeff Goff. Jared Goff.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
let's be very
want to see what I said.
Jared Goff has been
Detroit. Don't let me down.
Detroit has been known for letting their fans down. This would be nothing new. Go with that. So yeah, I think that's it. So let's talk about the Celtics. I want to get on to the Celtics. Last time we had our podcast on Wednesday, guys, I said the Celtics had to put the boots to Milwaukee. Turns out Giannis was not even playing that game. Of course, they waited till the last minute to scratch him. And the Celtics barely squeaked by with a 3-point victory.
Well, they had a.
Well, the Celtics are better at all positions. However, they have a habit of letting up in the third quarter and not consistently playing through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they had a large.
And that's what they have to do with them. And if they don't do it with Milwaukee, Milwaukee will win. So if we get into a series with them 7 games, if we plan on coming home, we gotta put it to them the whole game. So
Can you guys hear me?
that's their problem. They let up, and they can't do that. I love the way Jaylen Brown and Tatum are going to the hole now. They're not always settling for threes. When the threes are on, they take them. But for the most part, they're playing good ball right now.
Well,
Can you hear me?
I'm going to tell you guys. I think Bobby Portis and Middleton and Robert Lopez were punking the Celtics. Okay, they lost their composure. They forgot how to. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you guys felt it on that end, but it really popped our headphones here. It's like we went up in space. So they all of a sudden they just completely lost it. It's like they got punked. It's like they got punked by Bob, crazy Bobby Portis, who shouldn't even be in the league. Him or Draymond Green, and glowering at them and making giving menacing looks to them, and all of a sudden they just couldn't. They didn't have the fortitude to drive through things. They started taking every easy shot they could take, and next thing you know, Milwaukee was hitting theirs, and now it was a game. They only won by 3 points without Giannis playing. Their best player did not even play. Milwaukee's best player did not even play, and the Celtics barely won by 3 points. I think that's bad news.
You think it's bad news?
Bad news.
Well,
Does it?
they're going to be a thorn in their side. Mavericks are going to be a thorn in their side.
Does that?
Magic weekend?
Yeah, but with the Lakers,
games that they're supposed to win, and they're supposed to win convincingly. They can't have these brain farts that they're having.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, over time, we talk. Yeah, but we talking at least 4 games you got to win each series. So I don't think they're gonna play with brain farts for 4 games. So they still in good shape, but they have to clean that up. They got to clean it up.
Well, what is it that again? We
Yeah.
have the best and deepest team in the
Yeah.
entire
The
league.
guys, the team's best player doesn't even play, and you barely win by 3 points. And all your guys played.
Yeah.
So what can you
Maybe
say?
it was a chess
I mean,
between the coaches. How about that?
I don't know. Okay, I'm going to say this. Okay, let's just get to it. Jason Tatum has taken a step back this year.
Stat wise,
Really, Jaylen Brown is now a better player than Jason Tatum. I mean, offensively and defensively, and he seems to put more into it. It seems to me that Jason Tatum has taken a step back. If anybody disagrees with me, give me a call. 844-249-5247. 844-249-5247. Let me know.
Well, I
is
don't
it
know
if
if it's so much that he's step back, but or I don't even know what to call it. But as a team, I think White leads that offense. You know, Jalen plugs in where he needs to. Tatum sometimes fades away. You're right. I don't know if he don't even take a quarter. Like usually, the star player would like take over in the fourth quarter. That doesn't even happen anymore. So I don't even know what to call their community of games. That they
You know what it is?
on, but it works.
They had the Patriot philosophy.
Last night, it looked like their bench was doggone starters.
Yeah, well, the bench could have been starters, but I think there should be some concern about, Tatum's focus going forward. As he goes, the team is going to go. When he went out injured against Miami last year in Game 7, that was it for the team. It's been a tough burden for him to carry for the past 5 or 6 years as the leader of the team, and he was just 21, 22 at the time. But this is what it's come down to. And if he's not as focused as he was, because, that's when you should get your points, Jay. JT. When you're playing the team without Giannis, you should light them up for 40. Like Larry or Magic or Michael would do. Oh, your best team, Magic's not playing? I'm going to give you 40 tonight just because Magic's not playing. Bird would see that, Jordan's not playing, you're going to get 40. Dominique's not playing. The other team stars, when they see that your star's not playing, they're going to make you pay. They're going to bury you. Mm-hmm. And, the Celtics are content to, it just drives me nuts. They're just content to beat a team. A good team. We know you could put the boots to the Washington Wizards and the Detroit Pistons. We want you to put the boots to teams like Miami and Milwaukee and Philadelphia. You got the team to do it. You may not think so, but after watching thousands and thousands of games, you guys actually have the talent to do it. But you're going to have to impose your will. And I think your main guy, a guy who I love, a guy who I think is at the top of the league in talent, he's going to have to stop hunting for fouls, looking for fouls. Every time he goes to the hoop and he doesn't get a call, he's staring down the ref. He's, howling for a foul, and it takes away from the team. You're just going to have to button your lip and prove it out there on the court. And I know this sounds hard. Everybody wants it easy, but it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to take people's heart, Jason. Nobody's going to give you their heart. You're going to have to take their heart. And you do that by not complaining to the refs like second-tier players do. That's right. Second-tier players complain to the ref, not the top-notch players. That's right. I said second-tier. And that would be LeBron James when it comes to attitude. Second-tier players complain to the ref. Good players go out and bust. So you're going to have to try to do something about that. Stop worrying about the refs. Become a first-tier player. Go out there and bust them. Can you do it? Yeah, you could do it. And the funny thing is, it's going to take even more than what you've given. You've given a lot.
If you can hear me,
Can you
jump
up
in
it
there.
another level? Yeah, you can. Actually, you can.
Well,
Hey,
time will tell. Time will tell. Tatum, you'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. Stay in the grind. And you have to wonder, is he injured in a way, you know, that he's pulling back. But they got the easiest schedule remaining. So they really don't have to start, you know, all of their starters each game, which they do give them a lot of time to relax every other game or every 2 games or whatever the case is. And they have a team to do that, which is great.
Yeah, they don't have to. I think he looks tired to me.
Yeah. Oh, well, like you said, focus. We're praying that his focus is still on playing, you know, like he has been, not getting a big head or thinking other ways of traveling away from that team. So we shall see.
Probably got a new girlfriend.
New girlfriend.
Hey guys.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Probably got a new girlfriend, and she's demanded time. That's the reason why he looks tired out there. She wants some of his time when he gets off of work.
Oh, man.
Listen.
Come on, Tatum. You got to put the work in during the season, man.
All right. Well, you know, we'll see what somebody's got something to say on this. Patch him in. Okay, you are on Amazing Grace Sports Network here on WEZE. What do you think about this subject?
I think the Celtics have a very good team. But in the same token, I'm not too sure of the coaching. Time will tell. He's doing a good job thus far, but we'll see when the rubber meets the road. We had to go up a team against Miami or all these other coaches that are much better and more experienced and see what they can do. But Clay, I do disagree with you in terms of secondary players, as far as Jason Tatum being a secondary player. I don't think he is. Does he search for calls? Yes, but a lot of them do. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're a secondary player. Not to mention, I think you're extremely biased when it comes to certain players in the league, and you should probably have your opinion to really reflect what you really truly believe in terms of a basketball standpoint.
So,
what's your name, Carl? What's your name, Carl?
Oh, James.
Okay.
James. So, we have some players like James Harden. I call him a second-tier player. He hunts for calls. Russell Wilson hunts for calls when he doesn't get them. A guy who doesn't is
Wilson or Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. Thank you very much. Can't get Russell Wilson out of my mind. A guy who doesn't hunt for calls is Kevin Durant, and that's what I appreciate players who go out there and just Nikola Jokic, Murray, also for the Nuggets. These are guys. Aaron Gordon.
Who?
Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets.
Aaron Gordon?
Yeah. Go out there and just put it out there. When you need him, go out there and put it out there. Jason Tatum should patent himself after those players instead of going after the hunting for call. You know, I don't think, because what seems to happen is that your team takes a step back when you do that, and that's why I said.
Well, let me rebut that. I don't think that that's the Celtics' problem, is that he's hunting for he's hunting for calls, and then the second-tier player. That's not their problem. And I can address also about, you said the Jokic, the Aaron Gordon, and who else? You said Jokic, Aaron Gordon, and
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is a unique player in itself. Kevin Durant also is not a leader. Kevin Durant is a very quiet player. He's a quiet assassin. So therefore, he's not going to say anything. He's not going to hunt for those calls. Kevin Durant is not even going to say anything to the players on his team that may be doing something wrong. As we can recall, when they was up against Golden State 3-1, Kevin Durant played a significant role in them losing that series. And if he felt as though Russell Westbrook wasn't giving the ball in the right places, he should have spoke up. So Kevin Durant just has an issue with not speaking up. So not the fact that he doesn't complain, is the fact that he has an issue with speaking up. You talking about Kevin Durant, who
Yeah.
also like to have burner accounts. So that should tell you something about who he is as an individual. Great player, taking nothing away from him. I like Kevin Durant.
You know, you make some very good points. You make some fantastic points, but I don't think this burner account really affects his play on the court.
But what I'm saying, that is an indication of his personality. So I'm just drawing comparisons to who he is, and then utilizing something else to paint a picture for you that he does something else opposed to facing reality. Why have a burner account? Why not just say in your social media about what you feel about certain things? But no, use a burner account.
Well, we saw what happened when.
Yeah,
you're making sense, but we saw what happens when you don't do that. Ask Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, but that, you can't. Now you're comparing apples and oranges. Kyrie Irving challenged the world. Between challenging calls and challenging.
Maybe if he had a burner account, you know, would have saved some. You know, I'm just saying. You know, sometimes you can't say things. You can't say things when you're a public figure.
Kyrie Irving trials and tribulations didn't transpire because he just challenged a call or challenged his teammates. Kyrie Irving challenged the world, and there lies the difference. When you challenge the world, of course, there's going to be a different ramification to that. They're going to come down harder on you. He also challenged the whole thing with the COVID shots, you know, the vaccination. He challenged that. So you're looking at something different. That's entirely different. Kyrie Irving is going through something because he challenged the world.
I understand that, but I'm saying if he had a burner account, they wouldn't have known it was him.
Right.
It don't matter, but that's not his personality, because Kyrie Irving has shown leadership. He's going to always speak out. Kevin Durant doesn't. That's why I said you're comparing apples and oranges.
I don't know if that's leadership sometimes when you get yourself in a situation like that, but because it affects your team, and you end up playing. I don't know what happened with that.
It did. I agree with you 100%. It did impact his team, but Kyrie Irving's also very different. He's a unique individual in himself. Kyrie Irving is actually an artist. And if you know artists, you know that artists beat to their own drum.
We're amazed. He's an artist. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty darn good. He made that shot, that left-handed shot over Jokic last week, and that was a thing of art right there. But other than that, you know, listen, they're telling me I got to make some moves here, so I'm gonna have to get off the line with you. But thank you very much, James, for the call because you made some very interesting points, and I'd like to talk to you again.
No, I'll call in again for sure.
All right, you have a good day.
You too.
All right. Okay, we're down to 5 minutes to go.
Can you guys?
James made some very good points.
He did, man. But one other thing I wanted to say is we're dealing with a whole unique, different vibe of players these days. And there are some that are very vocal, and there are some that aren't. But now they added to the mixes with the rewind. They want everybody to rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. Everybody turn around. Rewind the tape. Man, you get rewind the tape so many times. That's like throwing in your red flag. Rewind.
Yeah, every time. Every player says, yeah, rewind the tape. And
spend so much time in that versus just playing, man. I mean, you're not going to get all the calls, man. You're not going to get all the calls, but you got to put your head down and just grind, man. Just grind. And again, we're older, so we think back to the old Detroit Pistons and Celtics and Philadelphia, you know, and the guys going at it all the time.
Going at it hard.
Game. Hard. These guys now are more finesse. You know, they're more finesse, very light in the backside, and that's what they're doing. So I guess we need to wrap up with our last thoughts. Magic, what you got?
I'm here, but
he's still frozen. Oh, there he is.
Okay. I hear you now.
I'm going to guys. I can't. Something's wrong with my audio.
Okay.
Sorry
about that, Magic. We'll get this right next week. We're going to get this right. I don't care what it takes.
But you can talk, all right? We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. Go ahead.
If you guys
you keep going in and out.
Okay, well, go ahead. You guys handle it. I'll defer to you guys.
Okay, we'll handle it.
I'll be
We got
Jason Tatum today.
We got this. We're trained professionals. We got this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how many minutes do we have left, Kevin? 4 minutes. All right. We want to thank you very much for coming in. In closing, we didn't say anything about the Bruins, who have been doing fairly well, but they're still a regular season team. They have pretty good personnel, and as Kevin, our producer, says, they're boring as heck. They don't seem to spark any excitement anywhere, and we've had this discussion about what the Bruins are trying to do, whether it's winning the postseason or winning the regular season. I say they're a regular season team, and that's what they care about. And if they make it into the postseason and get out in the first round, I don't think management cares. I don't think they're going to like what I said, but I stand by it after watching them for 40 years.
We can with them next year.
Celtics, we want more out of them.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to insinuate that Jason Tatum is a second-tier player. I think he's a first-tier player, but I think sometimes his attitude, that's up for debate, whether that makes him a second-tier player. I don't think it makes him a second-tier player. I think he's a first-rate player, and I think he looks like he's a little bit tired this year, and I think he's better than he thinks he is. I think he can go through the contact, and he can make the darn basket. That being said, you got anything to close it?
Well, we will see how the draft changes things for each of the teams in the NFL. And then we can kind of better gear in on what teams are going to be stronger than they were last year. But again, I think some of the teams that were the Cinderella teams that popped up, like Detroit and Miami and Texas and Cleveland.
They got rid of Joe Flacco. They're done.
I think we'll take a look at them and see how they do this year. But I believe in new beginnings for everybody.
And the Steelers are going to mess up.
And as far as the Celtics, they need to stay focused. Jason, stay focused. You can't take days off. Like, if you get a day off, let that be because you ain't playing, you're resting up. But when you're on the court, you got to be from first quarter through the fourth quarter when that final bell sounds. So you got to play through it. Whatever you're going through, play through it.
Okay, Mr. J, I'm going to give us a closing prayer and give us something that the world can use.
Oh, Lord. We thank you for this day, Father. We thank you for life, health, and strength. We thank you for WEZE 590 AM, allowing us this time to go on the airways to talk about sports, Father, in a positive way. We thank you, Father, for Amazing Great Sports Network as we have our pod on that we do on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. And we thank you for the caller that called in on today with great points, Father. Actually, more listeners that are hearing our voice, understand our voice, will call in and participate, Father, as we talk in a positive way, enjoying life with you. Amen.
Amen.
Pray for all my foes, but it's the nail roll. These rappers gonna sell their soul.
Real reliable Wi-Fi.
I chose.
But the Wi-Fi is better at work.
The Wi-Fi.
One day he gonna pay. You want?
Yeah.
Call him.
Yeah.